last technique is the half halt, and it's probably the most powerful technique you'll use in your riding. It's true, the more you use it, the better you ride. In its most basic form, a half halt is a little whoa to your horse, followed by a little go. As a longer explanation, the half halt is a coordinated use of your seat, legs, and hands. You are physically asking your horse to shift his balance to his haunches and engage his hind legs so that he can be lighter on the forehand, as this horse and rider do as they come toward the doorway. As we look at that again in slow motion, notice how the horse contracts his body, lowers his croup, and lifts his shoulders. The main purpose of the half halt is to control and direct the ever-changing flow of energy between you and your horse. Your use and intensity of the half halt depends on the situation. Some half halts are loud and quite obvious. Others are soft and barely noticeable, and many are somewhere in between. Here's a list of the times you could or should use a half halt. Transitions from one gait to another. Shortening or adjusting strides within a gait. Alerting your horse that a new exercise or movement is coming. And improving or maintaining your horse's collection and self-carriage. Here's a really clear example of the difference a half halt can make. Watch as this rider attempts to make a transition without using a half halt. She's running her horse into canter, and the horse is confused. Now, notice as she uses a half halt. Even if you can't see the rider's aids, she's clearly sent the message to her horse that something is going to change. One of the most common questions is, what are the aids for half halt? Half halt aids can be divided into 3 basic steps, but timing is everything. The first step is to push your horse forward. Depending upon your horse, this is done with seat, leg, whip, spur, voice, or any combination that sends your horse forward. At nearly the same time, you want to send the message to briefly slow down or pause the action by using restraining aids. The best is to use weighted seat bones. You combine this with legs, specifically the area of the thigh that tightens and becomes more firm on the horse. The reins come into play too, with a tightening of the hand into more of a fist. Basically, you're enclosing your horse ever so briefly between your seat, leg, and rein aids. After your horse responds, the third and most important step is to soften your aid so that your horse is released from the hold and moves forward again.